My name is Manuel Boglio, and what you're about to see here is my version of Draw My Life. I was born in Puerto Rico in 1985, making me 28 years old at the moment. The only memory I have of my biological father as a child is of him chasing my mom around the table, yelling, trying to hit her, which would have been the first time. I remember holding an ice cream cone, being forced into a car, and my mom eventually throwing some sort of statue that led to a permanent scar on my face as it crashed through the car window. Little did I know that these events would also leave a scar on my heart. At the age of 3, my mom moved me and my older sister to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, alongside my real dad, where I lived until the age of 15. I was always a shy kid, with my only real friends being my neighbors, 3 brothers and a sister. I spent most of my time in their house playing video games, basketball, or simply dreaming about our futures together. At school, I was a pretty bright kid. I always got good grades. I loved to draw. I learned to play the saxophone, and I even learned some French. Even though I was shy, I always hung out with the cool kids, and I quickly found out that being an imitator meant having lots of friends. I also learned that having lots of friends led to lots of trouble. Bullying, fights, and even death threats were almost a daily thing at school. Thankfully, I was saved from all of this when we moved back to Puerto Rico at the age of 15, something I resented for years to come. It was at this point that I decided to do things my own way, rebelling against my family, friends, and most of all, God. Up until this point, my experience with God was mostly negative. I went to Catholic school as a child where the nuns treated me poorly because I wasn't white. Later, my parents became Jehovah's Witnesses, and my only memories of those years can be summarized in 2 words: boredom and fear. I learned to associate God with those 2 emotions, and by the age of 16 or 17, I stopped believing in God altogether. By the age of 19, however, I felt this insatiable need to have to prove to the world that God did not exist. I decided to begin reading books written by Christians and atheists alike, such as Christopher Hitchens and C.S. Lewis. I set out to read the Bible as well, which I did in about a year, and what began as a quest to disprove God and Christianity eventually led to my conversion. Atheist turned Christian is not something you hear that often, and I am grateful every day to know that I am living proof of God's redemptive work. I have been going to church for about 6 years now. I am a Bible class teacher, am currently pursuing a doctorate degree in theology and apologetics, and dedicate much of my time to teaching Christians how to defend their faith. The process wasn't easy, however. I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, been in unhealthy relationships, and have had to do a lot of healing and forgiveness to get this far. But I'm finally happy with who I am. I'm a gamer, I'm a nerd, I'm a teacher, and most of all, I'm a Christian.